Welcome to the Financial Aid 101 questions and answers session. My name is Keisha Connor, and I'll serve as your guide today as we go through some housekeeping issues regarding financial aid, the bursars account, and any questions that you have regarding financial aid for the upcoming year. As we begin, we'll talk about important dates and deadlines. We'll go over your U Access Center. We'll talk about the different tuition structures that we offer for both residents and non-resident students. We'll go over your basic residency issue questions. We'll go through a few questions and answers, and then finally end with some next steps. First, I'd like to talk to you today about important dates and deadlines to make sure that you are on schedule, to make sure that your payments are posted on time. All tuition is due on 8/24. Any units that you have registered up until August the 19th will appear on your bursars account. Disbursement of financial aid will go out. So if you have any scholarships, those are scheduled to go out 1 week before classes are scheduled to begin. We start disbursements early next week, which is the week of August the 10th. The first day of classes for law school is August the 17th. And again, tuition is due on August the 24th. If you haven't paid by the 25th, a $50 late fee will be charged to your account. And then any unpaid balances after that by September the 15th will then be assessed a $125 late fee. I've sent out some information to you regarding how to get set up and how to view your U Access Center financial aid tabs in U Access. First, I'll begin by talking about the financial aid tab. In the financial aid tab, it has your summary in there, which includes your scholarships if you were offered any, and any federal loans that you have been offered. It gives you in there your cost of attendance, and that is exactly where you will go to accept your financial aid for the upcoming year. Please keep in mind that financial aid is based on the academic year, which means that whatever amount you accept, half will be divided for the fall and half will be given in the spring. You are not charged interest on your students' loans until they're actually dispersed. So even though you're accepting financial aid for the spring semester at an estimated amount, you will not be charged interest on that until it is actually dispersed to you, the student. Your bursars account is the next tab that we will talk about. It includes your bursars summary, which means that's where all of your charges will be listed. So for tuition, your mandatory fees, any books, any CAT cards, parking and transportation, anything that you may have charged to your bursars account will appear on your bursars summary. Under that is the quick pay, where you can go to pay your tuition. And any fees listed on your bursars account. There is a difference in paying between your bursars account. So if you pay by direct check or by an electronic check, it's free. If you pay by a Visa, debit card, MasterCard, American Express, any of those type of payments, then you will be charged a small fee. You can also enroll in web refund. You can also enroll in a payment plan under this tab as well. Tuition and cost of attendance. There is a difference in cost of attendance, in resident cost of attendance versus non-resident. And the only difference is that between those two would be the tuition cost. It's about a $4,500 difference between resident and non-resident tuition. Mandatory fees for both programs, for both structures are the same. So if you have been granted a scholarship and it is not quite adding up, you may want to check your residency status to make sure that you are in fact being billed resident tuition as opposed to non-resident tuition. We have indirect costs, which is included in your cost of attendance, and those add up for both programs to about $21,550. In your U Access, there is a to-do list. On that to-do list, you have to clear that account. You have to clear that list before your financial aid can be applied to your bursars account. Things on there can include your immunization holds. If you're an international student, it could be an international hold, or it can be a VLP, which is to verify your legal presence. Those will be listed on the main page of your student access page under the to-do list where the arrow is pointing. If you have the following codes, please visit the following websites. Immunization has to be submitted before you can be registered in order to come to school. You will also, if your immunization is not registered with the school, we will also not be able to disperse your funds. International students, it prevents registration if you have this hold. Once orientation is completed, then those holds will automatically come off. For the VLP, or the Verify Your Lawful Presence hold, this prevents scholarship and financial aid disbursement. If you click on that link that will be on your to-do list, it will take you directly to another page that will tell you how to satisfy that requirement. You will get those documents together and upload them directly on your U-Access page under your personal information on the main page. If you have an issue with your residency, so if we have classified or scholarshiped you or awarded and packaged your financial aid as a resident student, and you are a non-resident, you will be short on your tuition. You will also be short on your living expenses because then your living expenses will then be applied towards your overall account. And if you're being charged non-resident tuition, that's about a $4,500 difference. So if you think that there is an issue with your residency, please contact the residency classification office. They do have dates and deadlines. August the 31st is the last day that you have at 4:30 p.m. to clarify and correct your residency. After that, whatever it is will not be corrected until the spring semester. They are in the office part-time. Someone is answering that phone, so you're definitely welcome to call them directly at 520-621-3636, or you're welcome to email them at rco@email.arizona.edu to get that corrected. Now we're going to move into the questions and answers session. Again, this session replaces the in-person session that I have with you all. But if your questions are not answered during this time, you're definitely welcome to reach out to me directly, in which I will have my email address listed at the very end of this presentation. So the first question I received was, I'm thinking about pulling out federal loans to help with my living expenses and costs, but currently have enough funds to last until the end of 2020. When should I apply for federal loans? Can I apply in early December or in early January? So your first step is to make sure that you've completed the FAFSA. You definitely don't want to be in finals and trying to complete the FAFSA all at the same time. So I would say at this point that you can go ahead and complete the FAFSA. And then we will package your financial aid, which can sit on your account until you're ready to accept. The time that you can accept, I would recommend either Christmas break or early spring. Remember that all financial aid is set for the academic year. So if you accept in fall for spring, you'll get half in fall and half in spring. If you accept in spring, you will get both disbursements in the spring. Remember that the interest starts applying on your account, on your loans, once they are dispersed to you, the student. Second question. How do we accept our approved student loans, and is there a way to limit how much you can accept at a time as the needs change? And yes, so you accept your financial aid under the financial aid tab, which is listed there. And if you accepted a lesser amount in the beginning, you would contact the financial aid office and we can add your remaining loans back. If you have accepted all of your aid and your needs change, you can complete a budget reevaluation form, or you can complete a resource reevaluation form. A budget reevaluation form takes a look at your actual expenses line by line, whereas a resource reevaluation takes a look at the dependents that you have. And so both of those forms can be submitted to the financial aid office, and you can be considered for additional aid based on that. What type of educational loans are offered, and what can I do if I'm denied an outside loan? So we have the unsubsidized loan and we have the Grad Plus loan. The unsubsidized loan generally carries a lower interest rate of the two loans. Both are federal loans and you can apply, those are applied to your account based on the FAFSA. If you are denied an outside loan, you can always obtain an endorser, or you can always appeal the decision. Either way, you are welcome to apply for those loans by doing either one of those steps. Sometimes you can also clear whatever the discrepancy is, and those loans will be applied to you as long as you have satisfied that through the Department of Education. I was offered a Dean's Achievement Award and a Dean's Fellowship. When can I expect to receive those funds? I'd also like to know if I'm able to apply for other scholarship opportunities. Thanks. So yes, scholarships are automatically applied to your student account, and once financial aid is released 1 week prior to the start of classes, then it will show in your account. There's not anything that you need to do additional to make sure that those funds are applied. In terms of fellowship, we offer a variety of fellowships. So you will first want to confirm when your fellowship is offered and for what year. If it's an additional award that's offered to you in the first year, that should also be applied to your account, and those will disperse 1 week before classes start. Typically, how awards are sent to students is first they apply on your bursars account, and then the following day they'll go to your bank, or or a check will be issued. There are additional scholarship opportunities, and you're definitely welcome to apply. Scholarship Universe is a matching database that we have at the University of Arizona, specific for University of Arizona students. And then there's internal scholarships that will be sent out through the development office, in which students are able to apply for those scholarships through the College of Law. Most students are eligible to apply for additional scholarships. Typically, scholarships will cover your tuition and mandatory fees. However, you still do have educational expenses through your cost of attendance, and so you would be able to apply for scholarships up to that amount. Question: what is included in the cost of attendance? So mandatory fees, mandatory tuition and mandatory fees, room and board, books and supplies, travel and transportation, loan fees. So that's accounting for the fact that if you are taking out a student loan, that there are origination fees that are applied to your account. And so we try to account for that in your cost of attendance. I-course fees for students who are taking classes online, and miscellaneous fees up to $4,000. So miscellaneous fees include your personal expenses, so haircuts, eating out, grooming, all of those things are included in your miscellaneous / personal expenses. With regards to summer funding, if we have taken out the maximum allotted by the cost of attendance during the academic year, will we be allowed to take out additional loans to cover our student expenses? Yes. So the budget that you currently have is for the academic year, which includes 9 months. So your fall semester goes between August and December, and spring semester is between January and May. In the summer, there will be a separate summer aid application that you have to complete, but it does offer a different budget. And so included in summer is pre-session, which is mid-May to June, summer 1, which is June until July, and then summer 2, which is July until August. But you will have a different budget, so you don't have to budget your scholarship, your loans that you have now for the academic year to include the summer. Summer will be separate. Okay, question: loans and scholarships. So where can I find loans? To apply for federal loans, you would go to fafsa.ed.gov. That is the government website in which the application for federal aid is listed there. If you wanted to apply for private loans, it varies. So you may have to go to the individual lender, like Sallie Mae, Wells Fargo, Chase, Vantage West Credit Union, all of those different organizations, but they all vary on how to apply for educational loans. And to accept your loans, you would need to visit uaccess.arizona.edu, which is your student portal, and that is where all of your information is going to be listed from your time forward. When do they become available? So disbursements of loans and scholarships are all, again, dispersed 1 week before the start of classes. So for the law school, since we start 1 week ahead of the regular university, loans will be and scholarships will be available the week of August the 10th. Not that they're going to disperse directly to you on August the 10th, but they will start going out on August the 10th. When can I expect them? When can I accept them? You can accept your loans anytime during the year. If you have enough money to make it and you're not quite sure if you should accept for the fall, you can accept at any time during the fall semester or any time during the spring semester. Any unaccepted loans will be canceled next year in 2021, sometime in April. Students have almost a whole year to accept their financial aid. And where can I apply for additional scholarships? So you're definitely welcome to do a search on the internet to look for scholarships. We also have Scholarship Universe as well, in which you would then be able to apply for scholarships. Also make sure that you're looking out in your email, because we do have some pass-through and reoccurring scholarships that we have every year through the College of Law, in which we will send an email directly to the students and that you can apply for those awards. So what are my next steps? First is to review your financial aid. Make sure that your package looks correct. Make sure that you are packaged up to your cost of attendance. Make sure that your scholarships are there. If your scholarship or your financial aid does not look correct, please reach out to me. I will be available every day up until school starts to make sure that your financial aid is packaged correctly. Always review your tuition and your residency. Again, if your residency is off, you may be short in your cost of attendance in your financial aid package, or if you are a resident receiving non-resident financial aid, you will be over awarded and we will have to clear that up. I also encourage you to listen to a presentation by Access Lex by Jackie Carroll. That's a company that we work with over the last 4 years. We have partnered with them about financial literacy. And so they offer really good information. They have a scholarship program that's going to be available to you. It's a really great way to kind of get a head start on your finances so that when you leave law school, you're actually able to live and eat lunch and buy a house and have dinner and you're not a starving attorney. So make sure that you check in to that session. Take a look at it. If you have questions, you're definitely welcome to email her directly. We have included that information in there for you as well. Make sure that after you've read that presentation, after you listen to that presentation and you're excited about Max Lex, that you definitely go to accesslex.org to make sure that you sign up for that program. You definitely want to be in the running to win those scholarships. They offer 2 $25,000 scholarships and a $40,000 scholarship twice a year. And that's to all three levels. So it's for the 1Ls, the 2Ls, and the 3Ls. So make sure that you get in on that. I would encourage you to enjoy the semester. I know it's a little bit unorthodox. It's unorthodox for me to be speaking with you this way. I definitely miss talking to you in person, but enjoy the semester. And then finally, last but not least, please feel free to contact the financial aid office with any discrepancies that you have. I'm definitely happy to resolve those issues for you rather quickly. Again, my name is Keisha Connor. My phone number in the office is area code 520-626-1832, or you can reach me by email, which is at kconnor@email.arizona.edu. Thank you and have a great day.